Yep.
things like that.
Wait,
So.
our very first.
Well, we didn't sort of travel
our
in that, but a
very
very first.
camper, when we got married in 1976, a place to live. He put a camper on his parents' 20 acres of property,
Uh-huh.
and it was a 1958 New Moon 8x40 camper.
That's the
same
long,
one.
long trailer.
Yes,
Long
exactly.
Lucy and Desi.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
and we
Oh,
lived in
awesome.
that for.
Lucy
Well,
and Donnie.
Yeah. Oh, I call her Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
So this is your second stay with us, I think.
Get to
Yes.
introduce them.
Oh, I should. Yeah, she always tells me. Why don't you introduce them? So this is Don and Lucy, and Obo. He was in the picture a little bit ago.
Yeah, he's off wandering around. There he is back there.
He's guarding us right now. And Colleen and I'm Steve. And again, this has been a while. And we are glad you guys are here. We're glad you're back. Second trip. And last time you were here, we weren't doing this. So
No, and thank you for having us back. I was delighted to see that you were still a host site.
oh, for sure. Yeah, we love it. Well, I love it. She doesn't love it as much as I do, but she puts up with it. No, she does. So we actually have quite a bit in common. You guys are Boondocker Welcome hosts.
Yeah.
And between us, we've hosted about 250 guests, give
Yes.
or take. And you and I have been on a little bit of a weight loss adventure. Between us, we've lost about 100 pounds. And so it's good. Things are good. I'm sure there's other things that might, our voices, mine's a little bit rough, yours is a little bit rough right now. And so all that above. I don't know if we have anything else in common, but we'll go with that for now. So
Well, though you do like to do stuff around the house, so
Yeah,
you do that
yeah.
a lot too.
yeah, okay. You're a fixer-upper guy? So if you wanted to
All
stay
of them.
about a week, we have several projects here.
Maybe on our return trip.
On your
There you
return
go.
trip, all right. Well, what this is about is October of last year, I was on a journey myself. I was on the road, not in an RV, but I had the chance to listen to a lot of podcasts. And up until that point, it hadn't merged together in my head that podcasts and what you guys are doing, Boondockers, really go together. You were talking about Jocelyn's journey, how they talk about real stuff. We're more about stories, about the people we meet. And I know one of the hardest things for YouTube people is content creation. What are we going to talk about that people are interested in? Well, the way we do it with you guys coming, not that we're brilliant, but the idea, I realized that you guys come with content. You've got a story. You've got things to share, adventures from the road, places you've been, life experiences you've had. So we just love to hear them and love to hear what you guys have been up to. And one of the things I would like to maybe start with is what got you into RVing in the first place?
Well, we started out tent camping. We just kind of like going to new places.
Yeah?
First it was local. Then I guess the first camper we had,
Was purchased for me to work
right,
because I worked out of town.
Okay.
And I was on call for 24 hours at a time. And
Wow.
at that time, we were excluded from being able to utilize these on-call rooms at the hospital.
Okay.
And so we got an RV so I'd have a place to stay.
That
And
was
I'd
a-
park it in the parking lot at the hospital.
it was a little Class B, 22-foot Coleman,
Uh-huh.
and drivable.
Sure.
And we took it to the Keys once. Remember that?
Yeah.
So you're from Florida, and so it wasn't a huge journey to go to the Keys, but I'm sure, well, Florida's a big state.
It's
so
about 10 hours more.
10 hours, so it's a pretty good
Yeah,
jaunt. Yeah.
pulling the boat, it
In
was
pulling the boat?
about that long.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Back we had a boat, a
Yeah.
regular boat.
But when they finally opened up the ability for me and my coworkers to have a sleep room when we were there, we ended up selling that RV, and it was years later. We were so busy raising the children, and we kind of got out of camping altogether for a while until the kids grew up and went off to college, and we were thinking, well, let's get back into camping again. And we went tent camping on an island. We took our boat, went tent camping. It rained all weekend, and we said,
The bugs were horrible.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, we're right on the beach though. It was kind of cool, but you know.
And Donnie made the comment, I'd rather have an RV instead of a motorcycle.
Oh, really?
Okay, well let's get a camper and not a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got our first truck camper,
Okay.
and that was 2018, 2015.
I think so. About that, it was an old.
No, 2008.
Yeah,
It was 2008.
Okay.
that was a Elkhorn, one of the older models.
Okay. So how many have you gone through? How many is this?
This is our fourth truck
Fourth
camper.
truck. camper.
Fourth trunk camper.
Yeah, our third truck camper we had for 6 weeks. We bought it brand new,
Uh-huh.
and we took it home. We went to the Tampa RV Super Show and saw this model 6 weeks later,
Uh-huh.
and realized we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Turned around and sold it for what we had just paid.
That
because
never
COVID,
happened.
COVID.
Okay.
This was January of 21,
Uh-huh.
so COVID was still
Still a
raging.
thing. Yeah.
And we had gone to New Hampshire. to
Bought it in
pick
New
up,
Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
And the man who bought it had gone to the dealership we had just left with, and it was already gone.
Because
So
you had bought it.
He was from Maine. He drove all the way from Maine to Florida and
Get
bought
it.
it for us.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you got all your money.
We got
That
all of our money,
never happened.
and
That's
we've been
amazing.
real happy with
Good.
this one.
And it's a Hoosier?
It's a
Host.
Host. Okay, I saw the HOS.
Yeah, they
And all
make
I
it.
could think of was Hoosier. So
Yeah, they make it in
So
Bend,
Host.
Oregon.
Bend, Oregon. Okay. All right. Very nice. Yeah, it's a nice looking rig. So
And then the one in between those, we had
Was an
an
Eagle
Eagle
Cap.
Cap.
okay.
And that's what we bought
Yeah, we've had
that third
two-
time because we
two
really
Eagle
liked the
Caps.
brand. We had
Uh-huh.
2 Eagle Caps. But in the end, this was much better.
So why truck camper as opposed to trailer as opposed to class
Okay.
B?
So to fill you in on that, we've had a fifth wheel
Uh-huh.
and we've had a travel trailer.
Okay, so you've
So
had
we've-
everything.
Plus, we had the Class C, that first
Right.
camper that
Plus
I bought.
the one
bought.
we talked
Right.
about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we really liked the fifth wheel,
Mm-hmm.
but it was hard to find places to park it.
Right.
You know, there was a lot of room.
We couldn't
but-
have gotten here with it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no way. So we found when we started doing Boondockers Welcome and Harvest Host, we found it hard to park.
Mm-hmm.
And just one time on our way back in California, we said, let's go look at truck campers
This
again.
was
We
during
were ready to
COVID.
change.
It was
Yep.
during COVID, yeah.
Let's go back to it because, especially when you're traveling from Florida
Mm-hmm.
to the West Coast, there's a lot more boondocking opportunities.
Oh, sure.
And it's
yeah.
hard to boondock in a fifth wheel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just because most of them
Yeah,
are,
So big.
We've
Doable if you
It's
put,
doable.
solar and
yeah.
lithium, and it's
Mm-hmm.
doable, but it's a lot bigger space to.
Oh, you better grab that before he knocks it over.
So if we fall over, we're okay. It's just the
Yeah.
camera.
Come here, come on, come on,
There were a
Come on
lot of
back.
interesting
come on.
harvest hosts and
Come on.
boondocking spots we wanted to stop at. We just
Uh-huh.
couldn't get it in the spot they wanted us parked.
Okay.
So,
yeah. We've actually had 2 really big fifth wheels. One that way, one this
Okay.
way.
Oh, really?
But man,
So they
it
got
was,
in here.
It was packed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that
tight.
was tight.
Okay.
What is your length limit that you have?
We've gone up to 45,
Well,
and that's pushing it.
That
Yep.
is huge.
Yeah, that's pushing it. You can get in, but it's a little tight in the driveway. You have to turn wide. As a matter of fact, I had somebody that had a 50-foot their Airstream and pickup combo
Right.
that was going to come tonight, and they've decided not to because we have 50 amp, but we only have one of them. So, and they have dual air conditioners and all that
Oh,
stuff.
well, you
right.
could have
So
Had
We
them
could
stay,
have made it. We
wouldn't
could have
mind.
made it work, but they felt really bad about. They didn't want to put you guys out. So
No, they wouldn't have had it.
it
We
would've been
wouldn't have had to plug
fine.
in. We could have just
We
Oh.
could
Dry
have
camp.
plugged it. We could have plugged into the 110.
yeah.
The biggest issue is cooling off the camper.
Right.
yeah, that's
initially.
true. Once it's
Once
there,
it's
it's better.
cool,
Yeah.
we draw very little power.
Yeah.
Though when we first left home earlier in the week, we left on Monday and stayed at my sister's the first night, and it was, what did I say? It was like 104
It was pretty hot there, yeah.
inside the camper at my sister's, and this was in
Ouch.
Central Florida.
Oh man.
And so we don't have hookup at her house,
Mm-hmm.
so we ran our AC off of our battery bank and ran it all night long. Well, the next morning it dropped out. Thankfully, we were able to get it recharged without an issue.
Oh, good.
But we run the risk of damaging our lithium banks as batteries
If you
it drops
completely
too low.
deplete them, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Well, that and you, if they go to zero, you can jump the generator and start it.
Yeah.
The battery's got to have at least 30 amp hours on it
Okay.
for the generator to start.
Oh.
we did get the
okay.
generate. We did
It
get
did
the
start.
generator started.
Oh, good.
So then it charges up.
Yeah.
So, if a host has power,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so grateful for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And we'll be
Especially in
more
the
than
summer.
happy to
Yeah.
make a donation to get that power to
This time of year,
That's
it's
great.
a little tougher because
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
some of these guys, they've got so much solar they don't even plug in. They're just
Oh, yeah. It's
whole roof's
crazy.
covered, you know.
Amazing some of the units.
It's
they
crazy
have.
what some of them are doing.
So they've left the reservation open in case they can't find something else, but they might show up still. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's
Feel
fine.
free to text them and
Yeah.
because
Okay.
we can always pop back over to the 110 since
Okay.
the camper's cool now. So if you want to shoot
Right.
them a text and say they're welcome to the 50 amp.
So you guys are really good examples of why we love RVers. You make it work.
Yeah.
You just
Yep.
you help each other out. You don't, it's just awesome to. We've had. I think I probably said this on every one of these videos, but RVers are the best people. They're just great people, and you guys are shining examples of that. So,
We've met a lot of great ones hosting too.
Yeah.
Very interesting people.
Yeah.
oh
They've
yeah,
traveled from Germany and Switzerland and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
yeah.
Love
yeah.
hearing the stories. So,
We actually had a guy from Florida that I wish I would have been doing this.
Uh-huh.
He was a boat captain and owned his own boat, and he sailed all across the world to every continent.
Wow.
And
Yep.
after that, he decided, well, let's go across America now.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yep.
there's a much bigger story
You
to
know
that.
I'm
what?
sure.
That might be the same couple that we hosted.
Could be.
What was it, last year?
I don't know.
The year before? Yes, they
He
were
was-
experienced.
Was
Uh-huh.
it sailing or
Sailing,
motors?
yeah.
Sailing.
Could have been.
I
These people were
think-
sailing.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
sailing
Yeah.
and they decided to switch gears and do RVing. So I bet we've hosted
It could
the
very
same
well.
people.
And that's funny.
I think
That we
wasn't
should we
she
should
from
combine.
France? Was she from France? Was
Yes.
she from France?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Yes.
the same
Oh,
one.
that's awesome. And he was just very outgoing. And
Yes.
yeah, it had to be the same couple.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Mhm.
So
Well,
yeah, I
that's
love-
one thing that we've noticed too is that when we get to talking with some of our guests that we have staying with us and we ask them, where have you stayed? What's been your favorite places? They'll mention places that we've been to as well.
Uh-huh.
That's kind
Yeah.
of fun.
Oh, that is. Yeah, that is. Now we're not traveling right now. We stay here, but at some point we'll get back out there on the road. So it's all good. But
So do you have a camper now?
not right now. No. We
But you
Had in the
have in the
past.
past.
yeah we refurbished a 1958 Silver Streak and then
Yes.
a '69 Airstream, and then we've had pop-ups and
Yep.
things like
Wait,
that.
our very first.
Well, we didn't sort of
our
travel in that, but a
very
very,
first
very first.
camper when we got married in 1976,
Mm-hmm.
a place to live. He put a camper on his parents' 20 acres of property,
Uh-huh.
and it was a 1958 New Moon 8x40 camper.
That's the
same
long,
one.
long trailer.
Yes,
Long, long
exactly.
Lucy and Desi.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
and we
Oh,
lived in
awesome.
that for.
Lucy
Well,
and Donnie.
Yeah. Oh, I call her Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
But
Yeah.
we lived in that for
At least 3.
almost 2 years.
Yeah, I thought it was more.
Oh,
Almost 2
how
years.
cool.
Yeah.
How cool.
Paid $1,300 for it.
Sold
Wow.
it for 15.
Yep.
Sold
No,
it
I
for
paid less. We sold it for 13. I paid 900.
900.
And the thing was in rough shape, but
Yeah.
But we fixed
Fix it up.
It
Yeah.
had probably 20,000 roaches.
Oh, yeah.
in it.
Oh, man.
Set
Oh,
off,
yeah.
Set off some big aerosol.
We got
bug
rid of all of 'em.
bombs and
Yeah.
Never had a problem
Took
with
care
it
of 'em.
again.
you had the old birch paneling in it. It was really pretty.
beautiful.
Oh, I bet it was
Just
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Oh, love it. Oh, man.
But so when you said you refurbished a 1958, we know
Yep.
we know
Yep.
you know how that goes.
Yeah, mine was 19 feet. It was a short one.
Oh,
And
little
It was
one.
little.
I wish I had kept it, but anyway, it's one of those
Yeah.
The
things.
biggest mistake we made with that, but we were young. He was 19, I was 17. We took out a lot of the original stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't maintain the historical.
What year was this?
1958,
And what year did you do this?
76.
See, people just didn't even think about that
Not at that
much.
time.
Very
No.
much, yeah.
No, had I known then what
Yeah,
we
now.
know now,
Mm-hmm.
it had an oil burning furnace in it,
Oh, wow.
and we took that out,
Yeah.
No, we were a little nervous about that.
and we took
Well,
out the
that's
gas.
Catch it on fire.
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
a gas oven and stove.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it looked almost like a residential
Yeah.
one, freestanding. We took that out and put an electric.
But everything else, the wood and everything we kept, and
The wood.
and we didn't do anything with that. I did have to
that's
replace part of the walls in the shower because
Mm-hmm.
they were rotting out.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
But it was fun.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. 50. What kind was it again? New Moon.
New Moon,
New Moon, 1958.
1958 New Moon.
long trailer. Same one.
Except
Yeah.
for I didn't collect rocks in it.
No.
For the two of you who don't know what that is, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz had a movie, The Long Trailer.
Yeah, we
And-
watched it.
I bet you
We
did.
did
Well, we only watched it for the first time a couple of
Same
years
year.
Right.
ago.
a couple years ago because
Oh,
a
okay.
friend had the video,
Uh-huh.
and so yeah,
Yeah.
we're looking at it. Wow, it's just like the one we had.
Yes.
That is so
Same
cool.
thing.
How fun.
Yeah.
See, it's these stories that I just love to capture, and that's fun.
Yeah.
So,
We didn't at the time. We didn't know what that
Right,
was.
right.
yeah, that's right.
We
Yeah.
didn't know until later. You know.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Yeah.
a real collector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it sold so quick.
Probably.
Yeah.
It sold within a week of putting it
Mm-hmm.
in the newspaper,
Yeah.
Mm.
and
Wow.
it did.
Boy, talk about a challenge getting in places.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be a tough one to.
I don't know
tough
if
one
I'd.
to toe.
You'd really have to get the suspension right on that whole thing, man. And
Boy, you would. Wouldn't
that'd
you?
be risky taking it without overhaul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had good luck with our little Silver Streak taking it across country. We took it up to Oregon, same place you
Did
guys
you go
are
to the
going.
coast?
We did,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. She has family up there too that we.
Whereabouts on the coast?
Oh yeah, you tell them.
I can't even remember now. Cannon Beach.
Cannon Beach. I know there was a campground up there that was right on the beach. I can't
We
remember
went
the
to
name of it.
wherever is that maybe Lincoln Beach, or somewhere where the Rogue River
Mm-hmm.
Florida Rogue.
starts, and we
Yeah,
went on the
that's-
The dunes.
on the water. We went on the jet.
Jets. They're not jet
Jet skis,
skis.
jet-
They're the jet boats
Oh, yeah.
that are on
Boat
top of the
ride.
water.
Yeah.
They're not
Quite fun. Yeah, yeah. They
where they take you and do 180s
spin
or
around.
360s.
Okay.
Yeah, the kids.
Yeah.
We had our kids with us, and that was pretty fun.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
old were your children when you did that?
Oh, they were probably 8 and 10-ish.
Yeah.
Right in there somewhere.
Of
Yeah.
course,
that
that's
was-
fun.
Yeah.
Good age, yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Our son was into computer games, the old Oregon Trail computer game.
Oh my gosh.
So he was
our
playing
kids,
that
yeah.
as we went, or had played it. I can't remember the whole story.
He was playing.
Yeah, I think he was playing it.
as
We had a little
went.
laptop, and anyway, he'd see a sign. Oh yeah, I've been here
Yep.
on the game
Under
anyway.
the game, yeah.
And he'd
Yep.
fill us in on all the historical details as we go. So,
Rabbit.
Uh-oh.
See,
Find
is
a
there
rabbit?
over there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Looking.
getting all perked up.
Yeah, our youngest daughter played the same game.
Oh, did
when
she?
was younger,
Yeah.
yeah.
Michelle did too.
Yeah.
They both did.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, so you were a nurse,
Certified nurse midwife.
certified nurse midwife. So you would go to hospitals on call.
Yeah, I started my career I got my certification, in 1989.
Uh-huh.
And I worked 40 miles away at a city hospital.
Okay.
And I was in a group practice of 6 other nurse midwives.
Mm-hmm.
We provided all the prenatal care at the health department to the low-risk patients,
Uh-huh.
and we delivered them at the hospital.
Okay.
So we all took turns being on call for 24 hours at a time, and days that we weren't on call, we would see patients at the health department. So
Okay.
we provided pretty much full scope care. We did the
Awesome.
newborn care until discharge from the hospital. And
So in my head, and obviously my head's not in the right spot, but in my head, midwives generally went to people's homes, and that's not the case.
well, there are many different kinds of midwives.
Okay.
There are licensed midwives
Uh-huh.
that aren't necessarily nurses,
Mm-hmm.
though some can be a nurse, but that doesn't make them a certified nurse midwife. Certified
Okay.
nurse midwives now have to be master's degree prepared.
Okay.
And a lot of licensed midwives just go to maybe a certificate program. But there is certification with a different organization for midwives.
Okay.
But certified nurse midwives are also advanced registered nurse practitioners,
Okay.
advanced practice nurses. So as such, I'm able to write prescriptions, diagnose and treat, order
Okay.
medications, diagnostic labs, imaging.
Is your certification still up, or did you
Actually,
retire?
it is. And
Yeah?
I've been on this trip. We have to be recertified in 5-year increments. And my 5 years is up in December. So
Okay.
I'm presently working on updating.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do 80 hours of continuing education
Mm-hmm.
in those 5 years. In addition, we still have to maintain our separate continuing education for our state license as an RN and
Okay.
as an advanced practice nurse too.
Now, Dawn, have you reminded her that she's retired?
Yeah.
I'm,
She's like me, got to be busy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
put
It's
so
kind of a
much-
I love
backup
it.
plan if she ever had to go back to work.
Yeah, that's
so
we
good.
don't know what our future is going to bring.
Very true.
We don't know if we just don't know.
We just don't
Life
know.
is too uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many things happening socially
Yeah.
that makes me very uncomfortable. And the last time I did my certification, I was ready to go ahead and submit it for retirement at the end of this cycle
Uh-huh.
and just be done with it. Well, when things started getting to be a real upheaval in the last few years, I've kind of changed my mind.
Yeah. That's not a bad
I can
plan.
always go back to work,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not necessarily doing deliveries, but certainly I could do in-office care or
Sure.
even do phone
Oh, yeah.
type of consultation work, follow-up
Sure.
on home health and stuff like that.
Or I suppose you could teach, maybe?
Most now you need to have a doctorate.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to have a
Okay.
doctorates to teach.
Okay.
Though I could probably go and teach
Community college, maybe? Or
yes, probably a community college, but most likely a midwife certification program that
Okay.
doesn't require a degree entry level.
Okay.
So I could probably teach that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
But
I'm-
it leaves your options open,
Right.
is the bottom line.
And
That's
I
a
used
good
to
thing.
precept students in the clinic, and I loved it. I
Mm-hmm.
loved teaching.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved teaching.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of my career and what I used
Yeah.
to do, and that's how I got to work in the hospital. And I did that for about 9 years and was totally burnt out and took a leave of absence, and then decided I was done with that. It was hard because it was a 40 to 48 hours a week,
Uh-huh.
plus an hour commute there, an hour commute back.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
And then
And while
after-
you're there, it's probably pretty high stress.
oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Medical profession, my sister's a nurse, medical profession people, she's retired as well, but you guys are amazing. Bottom line, you're just amazing. So
Thanks, yeah.
you have to
But then
deal.
I opened up my own birth center and
Oh, really?
had that. It was a freestanding birthing center,
Uh-huh.
and it was maybe 4 or 5 miles from
Mm-hmm.
the hospital. So
Did you have a drive-through window?
no. Though the city building inspector asked me where my ambulance bay was going to be,
Oh,
and I looked at him and I said, I don't need an ambulance bay.
mm-hmm.
Because you don't? I said no. And I provided him a copy of what the state statute requirements were for a birth center. And he still gave me a hard time. So I finally put him on a conference call with the person in charge of regulations of birthing centers. She put him in his place.
Oh,
He
good.
kind of left me alone after that.
That's good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was open there for 3 years till malpractice got too expensive, and then
Yeah.
I went to work for the health department.
Yeah, I can't even imagine malpractice, what that costs. And
Quite a bit.
But I never
Yeah.
was sued. I
oh,
never
Thankful
was
for
sued
that.
in all of my years of working, which
Great.
was nice.
yes.
Except I did get named in a lawsuit after I had already quit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, years later.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do with my patient.
Uh,
And so they dropped me out of the suit anyway.
oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
That was when you were working health department.
That was when
Yeah.
I worked for the county health department.
Interesting.
It
That's a
was-
pretty interesting story, actually.
Well, I can't tell
Oh, you
that.
can't talk about that one? Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
telling that here.
Okay. Probably a good idea.
We can delete.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I'm going to
off
turn the
cam-
camera off.
Yeah. You can always edit that out, but yeah, it
We'll
was.
sorry, we'll talk later. So, Don, what about you? What have you done?
I started out very young in construction with my dad. He had a business plastering and stucco.
Oh, okay.
A lot of plastering then.
Her family has knowledge of that.
Oh, do
Her
you?
grandpa did that. Her
Okay.
dad.
Yep. I was still in middle school, and he'd come and wake me up about 5:30 in the morning and said, "Hey, you got any tests today?" I went, "I don't think so. Come on, you're going to work." You know, so learned a lot all through school, working with him.
Man, so you'd work a couple hours in the morning, go to school, and
Or he
Well-
probably missed school.
Yeah, sometimes.
sometimes you'd miss it.
Then when
yeah.
I got to
Wow.
high school, my family moved up to Citrus County when I was a junior.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent like 6 months at the high school where we moved to in Crystal River. So they called me the half-day wonder. I'd show up work half a day every day. So anyway, I got very good at it,
Got good at working half days, or got good at plastering.
everything.
All the above.
So then I had my own business for a while.
Yeah, that was due to the recession of 1978.
Yep.
Okay.
And then decided I had an opportunity to go work at a power plant.
Oh, wow.
The Crystal River fossil plants, and worked there for 2 years. I got full time after about 6 months. They said, "Yeah, we'll keep you on," and
Nice.
so worked there full time as an employee, and then transferred over to the nuclear plant, and spent
Wow.
30 years at the nuclear plant
Okay.
in Crystal River.
So really, you don't need electricity. You can just plug into yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, then had the opportunity, and I had various jobs throughout the years, and
Uh-huh.
started out just sweeping floors.
Yeah.
Ended up as a project manager.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's my title, I guess.
Yeah.
Project manager.
Yeah.
So.
I
Great. So
remember
we have one more
talked
thing in
about-
common.
talked
That's
about
right.
that
We
the
sure
last
did.
time we were here.
Ended up,
That's right.
the plant shut down, and I went to do contract work in South Carolina. So ended up, that's where we got our fifth wheel and a
Okay.
travel trailer. Ended up working in South Carolina for about 5.5 years.
Okay.
And then we finally just said we were done,
Yeah.
retired in 2018.
December 31st, 2018. He worked New Year's Eve, but that was his last
Yep.
day of work.
New Year's Eve was your last. Well, what a way to start the new year.
Yeah,
Off.
it was a,
And we drove
job.
home the next day,
Uh-huh.
and there was a freak snowstorm that
Yeah.
started as an ice storm in north central Florida and moved northward.
Oh,
And
man.
so we were on our way home and got caught in that snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And a normal 10-hour road trip took us, was it 16 hours?
something like that. It's a long time.
14,
Interstate was
16
shut
hours
down.
to get to my sister's house an hour north of us.
Wow.
And we were really lucky we didn't lose any plumbing. There was ice all over that camp. We don't, as Floridians, we don't have much experience with snow like that.
Were you born and raised in Florida? Okay, so you've been in Florida for.
Yeah.
You're
I
not,
was born in Louisiana, raised in Florida.
okay, so same
Yeah, same concept.
climate-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, it is different, and even here we get it, but you never get used to it. If you see that stuff coming in, you just stay home if you can. So,
Right.
and
But
I'm
we didn't realize it until we were packed up and leaving, I think. Is that when
mean,
did we become
with the fifth
aware
wheel?
of this snow coming?
We, before we left, but we had to go. I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
we probably should have just sat there and waited it out
probably. But
instead of trying to drive in it.
we wanted to get home.
Wanted to
didn't
get
wanna
home.
Stuck for
you want to
3
get home and
days.
get retired.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. I like that. Well, I don't like the storm part, but
yeah.
that's a good way to start the new year.
We,
So,
we kind of try to avoid snowy weather.
Anymore.
Yeah, we got stuck in it at our daughter's a few years back.
yeah.
Took us 2 days to dig out.
Or to get out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your daughter at?
California in the foothills of the Sierras.
Okay. What?
Little town called Nevada City.
She was from Oroville.
Oroville.
Yeah.
So you know where Nevada
Yeah.
City
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our daughter,
Cute
she
little
does
town.
anesthesia. She's a certified registered nurse anesthetist.
Okay.
So they moved out there from Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
they love it out there.
Yeah.
Good.
So
That's a neat area.
that's where our only grandchild is. So we tend to go out there every summer to see our granddaughter growing up.
So how many months are you on the road every year?
Depends. This year probably 4 months,
Okay.
maybe 5.
Maybe
The longest I think we went, yeah, maybe. We don't ever set a date.
9 months.
Longest I thought it was 10.
No,
Yeah, 9. Longest so far has been 9 months
Uh-huh. Okay.
without going home.
Yeah.
We've
That's
actually,
that's a good long trip.
yeah, we've thought about going full time
Mm-hmm.
in the truck camper, but
When
We're not sure.
I think when
Yeah.
my mom passes,
yeah,
then we won't have so much,
Right.
need to be home.
Yeah. Yeah.
She lives in the same area you.
She does now. When we stopped in September, my mother had moved into our house over the summer because she sold her house in St. Pete, had decided to build a new house up near where we live. So her house was under construction when she moved into our house, and I have my siblings are in the area, so they would come over and check on mom.
Mm-hmm.
But when we got home, when did we get home?
October.
Mid-October. So we were there mid-October until my mother, until now. But my mom moved into her new house in mid-March,
Oh, okay.
and she's actually doing very well.
And I love it. 90 years old and moved into her brand new house.
90 years old
That's
and
awesome.
brand new house.
Yeah.
Um,
That is very
Good for
awesome.
her.
Yeah, yeah. As long as as long as she continues to try to take care of herself as best as she can. I'd prefer her to not drive, but
Sure.
The grocery store is only up her street and across the highway
Oh, okay.
and back
So
down.
that's not bad. Yeah. It's still, yeah. My dad left us at 92 he didn't die from COVID, but he died in that time frame. And anyway, he was still driving, and
Yeah.
albeit really, really slow, but he was
Right.
he was getting there. So
Yep.
Yeah. That's always a concern.
it is, yeah.
So I think once my mom passes, we've talked about selling the house and going full time.
Okay. Yep. Well, that sounds good. I mean,
And will you do it in the truck
don't
camper? Or
know.
will
We
you
don't
get
know. We'll start out in we've kind of looked at what they call Super C.
oh yeah, those are nice. We've had a couple of those here. Yeah.
You know, if we're going to do full time, we'd like to get a little more room. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that the pickup front end, generally speaking?
Yes.
Kinda,
like
yeah.
a 550,
Yep.
a 550
Yes.
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, those are nice. We've
Yeah.
had,
It's
had a
either
couple
that,
of those.
and we're getting close to needing a new truck.
Mm-hmm.
This truck is a 2013,
Yep.
and it's been to Alaska and back, and it's been to the West Coast.
Been to the East
5,
Coast.
6 times.
Yes.
So
No,
it's
all the way
been
across
all
country.
over.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's starting to show its age.
Oh yeah.
So we've
Yeah, they do
talked
that.
about getting a 550
Mm-hmm.
cabin chassis and putting a flatbed on it,
Mm-hmm.
and getting a bigger truck camper
Sure.
because
Yeah.
it would handle it.
Oh yeah.
Versus going to another. I mean, going to a Super C.
Right. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we won't go back to a pull behind or a fifth wheel because you can't tow something else.
True. Yeah.
In this, at least where we're at, other states you can, but
Yeah.
that's another reason we like the truck campers because we can flat tow our Jeep
yeah.
or we can pull a boat.
That's
Same
nice.
with the Super C. You can pull
Right.
something. So
Yep.
we like having a secondary vehicle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's good.
yeah.
Well, I've been wanting to get to this question. So, one of the things we have in common, I mentioned earlier, was together we've lost somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 pounds. And part of the reason, the very first one of these, been a while as I did, it never hit the. I never did anything with it because the sound was so bad you couldn't hear anything. So it didn't go anywhere. But I saw myself on the video, and there was a whole lot of me on the video. I took up a lot of the camera space, a lot of real estate there. I still take up plenty, but anyway, so and it sounds like we have some common dietary plans, and I just thought what spurred it was you talked about it wasn't. Well, let me just ask you why did you go? Because you've lost some weight. You don't need to lose any more. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You're looking great. But what was it that prompted you to change your eating habit?
Probably started out with the acid reflux
Okay.
because of the things I was eating,
Uh-huh.
snacking at late at night all the time,
Yeah.
not eating the right stuff. As you can see, the voice in the morning sounds
Uh-huh.
pretty good.
Yeah.
As the day goes on, and also went to speech therapy, so I'm going to try to talk a little louder. They told me to use a lot of M words.
Oh, really?
Yes, the speech therapist went for her for 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And use more air when you talk because then it becomes more clear.
Oh, okay.
So I don't always, I'm in the habit of not doing that around people
Uh-huh.
because they think, man, what's going on with this guy? You know, it's like, get a weird look.
Uh-huh.
But if I push more and I talk more, it's a little more clear.
Okay.
Anyway, like silly things she'd have me recite. Mamma Mia makes mini papas or some crazy stuff. And she'd give me a
Yeah.
whole page. So I practiced it for a while. But that was the whole reason, because I was having a hard time swallowing.
Uh-huh.
And I'd get the heartburn a lot.
Yeah.
So it started there.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, for him making the
Yeah.
dietary changes was he was having memory issues.
right.
And he
Okay.
was having difficulty making quick decisions while driving
Oh.
and not recognizing rules of the road, things that have come naturally. He was making the same mistake of the same maneuver repetitively that would twice almost caused
Right.
an accident.
Wow.
It's like if I was in the left turn lane,
Mm-hmm.
turning left, I wouldn't stay in that lane. I'd verge over to the right lane,
Okay.
Cut
run
over
people off the
the-
road, cut people off.
She got hit that same situation. Not
Yeah.
bad, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So when we got home after last year's journey,
Uh-huh.
we made a promise I'd get my hearing checked if he'd get his memory tested.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we both went for testing.
Uh-huh.
They did a brain scan, found some issues in the frontal lobe of the head,
Uh-huh.
and she can explain that more medically.
Yeah.
But then also went to a memory doctor and did testing. And he said, yeah, there is some evidence of that. And he read all the paperwork from the exam and the scans and everything. He says, and then after the test, he says, yeah. Plus, what really scared us is my sister died at 60 from early onset Alzheimer's.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
we're not
That's 60.
sure it's Alzheimer's.
Well-
it was a cognition memory
Right.
deficit.
Okay.
that
Right, but it
she-
had those same kind of
Yeah,
symptoms.
she went within like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
She went very quickly.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it was sad to
At
see her
age 60.
going
That's
down
crazy.
fast.
Yeah.
And so happens that I have the same two
Genes.
genes that she had.
Oh, okay.
So that really made me nervous too, and scared that, okay, this is now happening to me.
Yeah.
But after talking to the memory doctor, he said, that doesn't mean that you got it. He said, it's not a definite diagnosis. Just because she did and you have doesn't mean, he says there's no real connection that they've found.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah. So he recommended that. So I was also going to a psychologist,
Uh-huh.
and he put me on a
No psychiatrist.
psychiatrist. Medication called acetylol, the erythritol. No, okay. How do you pronounce it?
2 strikes.
I have to go look at your bottle.
Something.
No, acetylopram. Acetylopram. That's close.
Citalopram.
Acetylopram,
Okay.
and it's 10 milligrams a day.
Uh-huh.
And initially, well, let me back up just a little.
Sure.
One of the things that really bothered us and scared us, we were driving to St. Petersburg from our home in across the river. It's about 80 miles,
Yeah.
roughly. And we were talking about our daughters and the birthdays, when they were born,
And how old they
and
were.
how old they were. I could not do the math.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Couldn't remember. He knew her birth date
I knew the birth
and
dates
the year.
and the year,
Couldn't
calculate their age.
Wow.
It
I
took
bet
me,
that was scary.
by the time we got to St. Pete, yeah, I figured it out,
Uh-huh.
but it just would not.
And I was
Come
in the
to me.
back seat. He couldn't see me, but
Yeah.
I had tears.
Yes.
I was so
Yeah, so that really scared
upset
us.
over that.
I bet. Oh, good.
So anyway, the medication, I was having a lot of brain fog,
Uh-huh.
almost like every day, with
Yeah.
confusion. And, typical normal things, you forget, where do I put my glasses and stuff like
That's
that.
normal stuff.
Yeah. So since I've been on the medication, the brain fog is pretty much gone
Uh-huh.
and
Good.
just clear, more
And
clear.
he's
I wouldn't
only
call it-
made that turn error
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
Learn to focus on my driving more.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. That was so scary.
So now your dietary thing that you feel like has been a part of it as well, who suggested that?
Me.
Okay.
No bread.
Yep.
No sugar. Mostly, higher in protein, fats.
Uh-huh.
Some, when I say some carbs, but we have gone completely gluten free.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll do things like some gluten free crackers. But the biggest problem I have with Donnie is instead of having just a few, he'll just
Keep
keep eating out of
Yeah.
the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't say a whole lot because I don't want him to lose any more weight.
Right.
Right.
So it's
yeah.
not a weight thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine balance between those carbs in that gluten free
Mm-hmm.
versus
She got a good book. It's called Brain Grain.
Grain Brain.
Grain Brain.
Grain
Brain.
Grain Brain.
Grain Brain. Yeah.
Very
You know who
interesting.
wrote it right off the bat?
I
Yeah.
That's all right.
I
Just
can
Google
tell you-
Grain.
That's all right. We
Google
can figure
Grain
it
Brain.
out. Uh-huh.
And basically, he talks about the bad effects from all the engineered food that we're eating.
he's
Yeah.
a cardiologist.
Okay.
The wheat, it's not good. Grains,
So much
And sugar.
processed.
yes.
Food.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, we've switched to. We do have some dairy cheeses because it's higher in protein and fat.
Sure. Yeah.
A lot of nuts. Beef sticks.
Uh-huh. So you
oh.
went? Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Lot of eggs.
I found this.
Eggs?
Yeah, a lot of eggs.
Lot of
Thank
eggs.
you for the eggs.
Uh-huh.
Our daughter, both of our daughters also eat keto
Okay.
and stay healthy that way.
Uh-huh.
But one of our daughters told us it's called Egg Life.
I remember that.
It's the egg white wraps.
Oh, yeah.
It's like having a sandwich wrap,
Uh-huh.
but it's made with eggs.
Oh, okay.
And
Really
it
good.
rolls up and doesn't fall apart and break apart.
Oh, nice.
And I made a pan of lasagna out of it.
Oh, fun.
So sliced it into strips,
Uh-huh.
put the sauce down, put the meat,
Yeah.
put the ricotta cheese,
Uh-huh.
put Parmesan cheese, and just layered it and baked it. I
Uh-huh.
baked 2 in a bread loaf pan,
Uh-huh.
and we just ate the second one. Was it last night
Yeah.
or the night before?
Yeah, I tell you, you
I
can't hardly
froze it.
tell the difference.
And it
It's
was
really good.
It's super, so
Yep.
good.
And it's called Egg Life.
I think it's called Egg Life.
Okay.
You got any with you?
Check
I
that
have
out.
some in the refrigerator.
Yeah, she could show you the package.
Okay.
And I find it at Aldi's.
Yeah, we've got
At
Aldi.
Aldi's,
Uh-huh.
you can find it there. And the manufacturer of it, their website, they have a whole bunch of recipes that you can access.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
That
Now,
sounds
are
good.
you also eating the same way your husband is?
He calls himself a kindivore, and I'm a super kindivore.
You're a looser.
Okay.
Looser.
Much looser, but not bad.
I'm still considering. I'm not sure I could sustain pure carnivore, but I could.
I can't.
And maybe that's a good solution.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
not
But I
there,
have
but
cut
close.
way back on carbs. I'm a low carb. I'm not really officially anything, but I've tried to cut out some
You've
sugar.
lost a few pounds.
Yeah,
And
I've
just paying
lost
attention to it.
Well, 15, between 15
Oh,
and 20.
good.
Very good.
Good.
And just paying attention to it, like he said.
Mhm.
Just
What is
Kinda
the,
being
what's
aware.
the cereal?
I knew you'd ask me and I wouldn't forget. It's Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon cereal.
So your
Is-
memory's fine.
Yeah.
It comes,
It's
I got to think about it a bit,
so
but I get it.
Magic Spoon makes
Uh-huh.
cereal that is keto,
Okay.
and it's high protein,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's
we
like
use
for-
whole heavy cream in it.
Yep.
Okay.
Quick,
Sure.
quick breakfast,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
and
good.
it's really good.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about it, kind of sticks to your
It
teeth.
does,
Oh,
but do they have peanut butter?
Lots of flavors,
crunch? They
honey
have
nut, fruits,
chocolate,
fruity. Yeah,
fruity, and I like mixing the peanut butter and the chocolate together. It tastes like a Reese's cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
And
Oh,
it
that
tastes
sounds
like it's full of sugar, but it's not.
good. Huh.
It's sweet.
It's
Yeah.
made with
Stevia.
Stevia.
Stevia or monk fruit, one of the
Okay.
two.
Sure. Okay.
Which we use monk fruit now.
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
So we don't drink alcohol anymore
Mhm.
because we were drinking quite a bit. We were camping a lot with
Oh,
friends.
okay.
Yeah.
So I had to cut that out.
Yeah.
Cut out coffee. No
Oh, okay.
caffeine. We just drink tea.
Herbal
Uh-huh.
teas now.
Yep.
Okay.
And I've seen a difference,
Yeah.
with the memory issue. So
Memory issues and just generally
Yeah.
more energy and things like that, maybe.
I've always had a lot of energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've noticed as I'm getting older now that I tire out sooner,
Sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm always doing something and
Yeah.
going all the time.
Yeah.
She
So
can
what
tell
about
her.
you? What what was it that precepted your journey to losing weight?
Well, I mean, I've known for a long time, but I just kind of conceded that this is the way it is. But I was on somewhere when I can't remember the exact, speaking of memory, can't remember the exact sequence of events. We were just talking about it today, but I was on a long road trip. And before that trip, I had decided I'm not going to drink soda. I've got to cut out soda. And got rid of that. And it was kind of like, well, one little victory. If I can do that, I can do this. And we are, as you know, we're on a little bit of acreage. So I got interested in some homesteading podcasts. One thing led to another, and eventually I got into some of the folks that were eating more of a carnivore diet. And we actually had a gentleman here that was a carnivore. And
He was a boondocker.
He was a boondocker, yep. And gave me some of his beef jerky and was telling me how his son lost 100 pounds. He had lost 30 or 40 pounds and all that stuff. And so just over time, I finally realized I really do need to do something. And so I just incrementally, by February of this year, I was pretty much whole hog, so to speak, into the thing. And about 75 pounds later. So I'm not where I want to be, but doing much better. So the ironic thing is that doesn't bode well for the carnivore diet itself is that I did end up with a minor heart attack. And I talked to the surgeon, and he said that it's not because of the carnivore diet, it's because of years and years of everything else that just kind of piled up, and that's what created the issue.
So do you still eat vegetables too?
Some.
Yeah.
All cauliflower and broccoli are the two main ones. And we've been growing some zucchini, so I'll do some zucchini. We found out that, just recipe time here. We'll do a video on this. We've take the zucchini and slice it very thin, dip it in egg, and then put pork rind on it because pork rind.
Ground up.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll fry it in butter. Oh man, it's good.
Yeah.
So
It is.
and I
It's
cheat a
good.
little.
Never liked zucchini before.
Yeah.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
And now
I
I
can-
do.
Yeah, let's do some zucchini.
You know the thing about eating to the bottom of the box, I have to. They call somebody and cut me off. So anyway, but it's really good.
Do you fry your own pork rinds?
We do not.
No.
You
No.
can buy the pork rind chips, and all you have to do is throw them in fat and fry them up.
Oh, okay.
And then you can make your own that have no salt in it.
Okay.
So I don't know if you watch your sodium intake or not.
We really don't. Some of the podcasts, you know, you don't want to believe everything on the internet, but a lot of what I'm seeing is that salt is actually good and fat is good. Salt is not good if you have a lot of carbs, but if you're cutting the carbs significantly, salt is not a problem. And that we're actually made for it. And kind of the same question about fat. Eating fats that's supposed to raise your cholesterol. As a matter of fact,
It depends on what kind of fat it is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of fat do you guys? What do you? Obviously, the whole cream.
Olive oil, avocado oil.
Okay.
But then
And then prime rib.
last
you know.
night I threw a bunch of bacon fat in the zucchini that I cooked. I
Okay.
just threw it in the microwave and put a spoonful of bacon fat in it.
You guys are after our hearts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to
So, you know,
give it some flavor.
as long as you're not piling that sugar in
Yes.
your
Right.
body, it's that sugar that really causes that irritation and inflammation of the blood vessels that coats with
Yeah.
the cholesterol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thankfully, we've. I think it's probably the question I asked was, do you think the carnivore-ish carnivore caused the problem, my heart problem, or do you think it saved me? And he said, oh, no doubt it saved you. So
I think so, yeah.
I think I would have had a much bigger issue had
That
I
and
had I
having
not.
lost weight
Lost a
already.
lot of weight.
Right.
Right.
Yes, those two things really made
Because
the difference.
if you had still been as heavy as you were when we were here in September,
Yeah,
you might not be sitting here talking with us today.
probably wouldn't be. Yeah, yeah.
Staying active is also very good. You
Yes.
know, just don't sit around.
And I bet you
Keep doing
find you have a
stuff.
whole lot
Walk.
more energy for doing things around here.
Oh, by all means, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And one of the weird things you're talking about memory, and I've listened to some of these podcasts about the keto carnivore, and they talk about how you don't get a sunburn. And so I thought, well, I've got to be out. I've been burning weeds because we have all this rock, and you can see here I haven't made it back here yet. But I just thought, well, I always wear a hat because I always burn. And so I've been out for 2 days, not one lick of a burn. So
Interesting.
Darn,
I didn't
I've
know
never
that.
heard
I've
that.
never heard of that.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We watch
literally
his
crazy.
podcasts almost every night.
From
And
eating,
we go, it can't do that. There's
How
just
does
no
that
way.
get
from eating meat.
Sure enough.
From eating meat.
Eating
yeah.
meat primarily,
fat.
a lot of meat
So,
and
what is
fat.
your favorite nutritional podcast to watch?
So I watch a guy mainly. Ken Berry is the guy's name, Dr. Ken Berry. He's a physician, and he's been carnivore for 8 years, and he
Calls
was
it the healthy human diet.
the
No.
it's PhD. It's not perfect human diet, but it's something like that. It's the preferred human diet. I can't remember. Sorry, Ken, because I'm sure you're watching. But it's very, very controversial, some of the things he says and does, because even when I was in the hospital after I finally got to eat, I had 2 hamburger patties, and one of the guys came in and said, "That is way too much meat. You shouldn't be eating all that meat." But it's what saved me. So in my estimation anyway, I think it is.
So, do you prefer beef, chicken, fish?
I prefer a good steak.
A good steak.
Prime rib is, we have a
Yep.
little joint down the road, Thursday night's prime rib night, and we don't frequent it, but we go from time to time, and it's good stuff.
Yep.
Really good stuff.
Yep.
I
So,
think
We got
my
a-
favorite is salmon and steelhead.
Yep.
oh, okay. We haven't had steelhead, but we've had some salmon.
Ooh,
Steelhead's the
get
best.
yourself some
Yeah.
steelhead.
Okay.
I think if you ever go to Costco,
Yeah.
they usually have steelhead.
Okay. We'll check that
And
out.
It's
I find it
it's a
more
fatty fish like
tastier than
salmon
salmon.
is,
Uh-huh.
but it's got so much
more
depth of
flavor of
than-
fish. Yeah.
than salmon has.
Nice.
You don't want to overcook it. Just
Okay.
enough.
Do you guys smoke it, or do you how do you
I-
roast
It
it?
kind of grills it on the stove.
I'll pan sear it
Pans here. Yeah.
Uh huh.
in a little bit of olive oil, or like if I do cod or flounder, which I don't do the white fishes as much as I do, the fatty fishes, because they're better for you.
Right.
But I'll do an almondine. So
Okay.
I'll grate up almonds and make an almond pesto in a
Oh,
way.
interesting.
So use basil,
Mm-hmm.
grated fresh Parmesan cheese, and
What time is dinner?
I had leftover chili for dinner.
Hey, that's okay
So,
too.
Yeah, that I threw extra meat in tonight as well.
Yeah.
So that and a salad with goat cheese.
We just invested in a Blackstone griddle.
Yes.
Love it.
Isn't it
Love
great?
it. It is.
What size you got?
36.
Big one.
36.
I wasn't going to go that big, but one showed up on Facebook Marketplace, brand
Yeah.
new, and got a deal on it. So
Oh yeah.
I
We
did.
travel with a 17-inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had a little one, and my daughter bought a house up in Wisconsin, so we took it up and donated it to her, and used it quite a bit while we were helping her move in. So
It's a
Yep.
lot of fun, and I
Yep.
love
Oh, yeah.
sautéing vegetables.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we eat. We don't eat beans very often, though our primary care feels strongly we should be eating Mediterranean.
Uh-huh.
So we're kind of doing a little keto-esque
Sure.
with
Yeah.
Mediterranean-esque
hmm
kind of. But I think for us the biggest thing is avoiding carbs.
Carbs.
Yes. Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, I don't know. Medically, I don't know, but that from what I've seen and heard. But yeah, that's Dr. Berry is the one I watch the most. Yeah, I've got some.
Bugs.
Yeah.
I don't know
Have a
if the
night.
camera is picking up my feet, but I keep doing this. I'm not going through. It's bugs. It's flies.
So you
So
said his name is Ken Berry?
Ken Berry.
Ken Berry.
Yeah, and so he's very much keto carnivore, and he started out kind of on the keto side and moved to carnivore, and he's been doing it for eight or 9 years, and So
Another friend of ours we've known for a very long time. He's firm believer in the carnivore.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's-
He also lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he saved himself from needing cardiac surgery
Wow.
by switching to
The
he
carnivore.
kept putting, he knew he needed some cardiac surgery and he kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. And he eventually just went to a carnivore diet, lost a lot of weight, and now he's been good.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
Jim's name's Jim. He had a hole in his heart. He was talked about that before.
Well,
I don't know if that was part of it or not, but I remember him telling us that. I was always worried that was going to get him.
Oh, I
But-
bet.
Didn't he? Didn't he tell us that years
I
ago?
don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
I don't.
How long has he been?
Doing
Two
it?
or
I
three
don't
years.
know.
I think 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. But I guess my favorite, I don't hear her much, but I've heard of her. Her name, I think, is Maggie White. She has been a carnivore all her life, and
Really?
she's 82.
Wow.
And she still works every day on the ranch, and she'll pose every once in a while for the camera, flex her muscles, and she's something else.
Yeah.
So I believe it's Maggie White is her name, but anyway, she just never liked vegetables. So it wasn't
Yeah.
a carnivore by choice as much as it was. That's just what she preferred. And now she knows, and she's just as healthy as can be.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, that's probably enough about that. But that was exciting to hear that we've kind of gone down the same path, and
Yep.
not necessarily real strict about it, and it's still been super helpful. So that's a good thing. Well, I know we probably need to. This is turning out to be a long conversation, which I love. But as you guys are RVers, you've RV'd for a long time. Are there any pro tips that you could suggest that have really helped you out, other than going on carnivore so you don't cut off on lungs?
I guess I think the biggest thing would have to be is don't be in a hurry.
Don't be in a hurry,
Don't be in a hurry
Set this down.
because
and don't make noise with your eyes.
yeah, bad habit. I like chewing ice.
Microphone picks it up.
Oh, okay. I used to always be in a rush
Uh huh.
to hurry to get there,
Yeah.
and now as I've gotten older,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to say wiser or not, but
Oh, I'm sure.
I've had a few close calls, not about the memory issue close calls,
Mm-hmm.
close calls, just general driving in traffic.
Because you're in a hurry,
Yeah.
or in a hurry.
Yeah, and I think back about those.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a couple of them are fortunate to still be here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if she caught it a couple of those times or not, but the one we did was just last year. My exit was coming up, and I didn't get in the right lane soon enough. I was in the left lane,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't expect it to be that close to the traffic. The next thing I know, it's coming up right there. I pulled in
Yeah.
front of a semi.
Oh, wow.
He was going pretty fast, and I had to get over him and speed up to about 80,
Uh-huh.
and the exit was coming up right there, and I made it. But I think back that was not very smart,
Right, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
So
compare that with recently.
think ahead, plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
We were coming home from Ocala, and that
Yeah,
idiot.
right.
It was a 2-lane
Mm-hmm.
Right. But in that
country
right.
road where everybody's always in a hurry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the guy was passing on a double yellow line,
Man.
and we had to, thank goodness there was a really wide bike lane. Donnie had to really suddenly stop
Yeah.
and pull into the bike lane just as the guy cut over.
Right.
Good grief.
If he hadn't have been paying attention,
Right.
Pay attention.
it would have been deadly.
Yeah.
But the one getting off on the exit was my fault.
So
Yeah.
take your
I
time, smell
should
the
have been looking
roses.
more ahead, think ahead.
Yeah.
Another time in the fifth
And
wheel.
at the
yeah.
same time realize, yeah, I need to be over, but there's another exit up there,
Yes.
and we'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And he
If you got to turn around,
is-
you got to turn around.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Don't be in a hurry.
Yeah.
My pro tip is you're always going to forget something, and be flexible.
Yeah.
Be flexible. Yeah.
Be flexible.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Yep. I guess another pro tip is learn about your RV.
Okay.
Learn about the functions, things in case you break down that you may be able to fix it.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
don't be overweight
Oh.
on
Yeah.
your rig
Right.
and your
Okay.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Overweight's a big issue.
Yeah.
The nice thing about losing weight personally is you can put more weight in your RV.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an experience with the RV being overweight, or is it?
Yes, the fifth wheel.
That's
Uh-huh.
real.
Fifth wheel was greatly overweight.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, as we get older and you RV more, you learn more, and you get, yeah.
And it's tough not to go overweight because you want to bring stuff that you want to use, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to make a choice.
But you have to
Yeah.
balance that with your wallet budget.
True. Very
Right.
true. Yeah.
Mm.
Good.
If you think you're going to be overweight, go get it weighed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which we didn't do yet. That's good.
Yeah.
We're probably overweight.
Probably most
are
truck
you?
campers are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Jeep is overweight.
I don't think so. It's handling it, but I looked at the weight ratings on it. And
He's got a stick.
yeah, he's got a stick.
Nope,
in
now
it.
the stick.
Get stuck between the chair.
Time to play.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
it's-
let's close with one last story from you guys, if you have it. If you don't, you can pass it on. But how'd you all meet?
oh. Well, we always like to say she lived on the other side of the tracks, and she says I lived on the other side of the tracks. And literally, we did
Uh-huh.
On the
both.
same street,
Same street,
one block apart.
Uh-huh.
and divided by railroad tracks.
How growing up, or
Yeah.
okay?
I was in our house longer growing up, and then she moved there
Uh-huh.
across the street with her mom and her
Okay.
stepdad. And
On the other side of the tracks.
there's the tracks.
Yeah.
Our side was probably a little more of the blue collar area. You know?
Uh-huh.
Her side was a little more of the white collar area.
My
Yeah.
white collar dad walked to the blue collar side of the tracks to go to
Mm-hmm.
work.
So actually, the first time we met was in junior high. We were in
Uh-huh.
the same Spanish class together,
Oh, yeah.
and
I didn't know who he was.
she
though.
had no.
Yeah.
I know his younger brother because
Right.
he was the same age as me.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
she was a sign carrier for the band,
Uh-huh.
I was in marching band.
and she
Nice.
wore these really hot boots.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember
Yes.
the old-fashioned big white boots
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
giant
like that.
tassels on
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah.
So I comment on that sometimes. Then I don't know. I just was over in her neighborhood one time. We met. And,
Yeah, by the time I got to ninth grade, though, one summer a bunch of kids just all started hanging out, and he was showing up and hanging out, and
Yeah.
he just walked over one evening and asked me to go out, and the rest is history.
In ninth grade?
I was in ninth grade.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was 14, and
Yep.
my mom let me go out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
That's amazing.
somewhere time after that, we moved. So we had a 3-year,
6 months later.
6 months later, 3-year long distance relationship. So I drove from Citrus County to St. Pete.
Okay.
So
3
until
years.
I graduated from
Yeah.
high school, and
Yeah.
then when I graduated, we got married.
Okay.
We would always win the longest married couple when we went to the reunions.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
And we attended, I think, 3. Was it 2 or 3?
2.
2?
No,
One of those years.
10, 15, and I think
They'd always give you a really good prize, you know, as long as for the last time we went.
Yeah, yeah.
The prize was a little plastic ball and chain.
Uh,
And we didn't,
that was it.
that was it. We didn't really appreciate that.
It was,
Yeah.
and I've not gone back to a high school
Yeah.
reunion since.
So,
Though everybody knows we're still married.
yeah.
how many years did you say?
It'll be
Next
50 in
Will be
February.
50 years.
50 years married,
Wow.
53 together.
Man, that's awesome.
So next year is
That is
my
amazing.
50th high school reunion.
Uh-huh.
And I'm considering going back. You know,
Yeah.
it's like hopefully they've all matured a little bit.
Yeah,
You know.
What are you doing, Obo? You trying to get
So
to me?
that's how we met.
Oh,
How about you
That's
guys?
okay.
How did you meet? And how long have you been together?
Almost 37 years.
37 years, yeah.
Yep. We met, I was living and teaching in Southern California, and he came to the church as our youth pastor. And so
She
that's
was
how
on
we
the
met.
church staff that hired me. So
Well, the board.
the board, yeah, not staff, sorry, the church board that hired me. So we ended up, it wasn't very long before you
dated
just fell for me.
For that year, and then we were married.
Well,
the
I
next
think you
year.
fell for each other, right?
We did, absolutely.
We were
Yeah.
older.
that's
I mean,
27 and 29, was that?
28.
28,
Well, I don't know.
somewhere in there.
I was
So
married
we were a little older.
when I turned 28. That's when we got married.
That's right. That's right.
But anyway, so yeah, met when I was 27.
So yeah, it's been a good life.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. So.
And how long have you been here in Nebraska?
So I grew up here. Colleen grew up in California, and it was that trip out there that that we met, and I drug her back this way, kicking and screaming. But we lived in Colorado for about 20 years, and then Thanksgiving of
2014.
2014. We came back. My parents were struggling, and we could tell that they needed some extra help, and so we were at a point that we could do it. So we came back and just lived with them for a little while until we could get reestablished a little bit and work and so forth, and got that going. And have been here since. So
So we've been
And
here
then we've
11 years.
here about 8.5 years at this property, and
This house.
so yeah, it's been a good time. And so I actually really hated Lincoln when I first moved back, because I love trees, but we just had so many trees around us. You could only see a little bit of sky. And we came where we were at in Colorado, we could see the whole Front Range from our house.
Oh, right.
Pikes Peak was right there and everything. And so I was just really claustrophobic. But then we came out here and we could see sunrise, sunset, so all that stuff. So yeah, it's been good. I've really enjoyed it out here. She wanted to downsize, and this is definitely not downsizing.
Not with that house.
No.
It's not downsized.
Yeah, we get the downsize.
Yeah,
You
I'm-
accumulate so much stuff.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
And I
Yes.
am ready to downsize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been slowly starting to get rid of stuff, but
Yeah.
still got a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Always do.
we do.
You know.
Well,
So what happens now? Different conversation with your video. What do? You post it. on
so what
YouTube
I'll
and-
do with the video is I've got to edit it, and I'm actually behind on editing, so it's going to be a little bit before I get to it. Although I may do some excerpts or something like that. I'm not sure, but I'll do the video. I'll do the editing. Put on a little very short intro, and it'll go onto YouTube. And then I also upload it to another site that takes it and breaks it down into little smaller videos and puts a little caption on it. So if there's a little segment that maybe we were talking about the memory, or maybe we were talking, it'll be 60 seconds or less. And for whatever reason, those get a lot of interest on YouTube, and a lot of people look at those with the hopes of pulling them over to see the whole video.
Right.
So just a little excerpt. So that'll happen as soon as I can get to. As a matter of fact, I was going to do one today and get editing
But
on
we
it,
showed up.
but then you guys showed up, messed it all up. So I have enough content now. I think we'll be busy into the winter, and then I want to do a pro tip segment where we get different people
Yeah.
that talk about their pro tips and stuff, and those have been fun. That part. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that.
There's a lot of pro tips you could talk about.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
all kinds. Tire pressure. You know, maintenance on your rig. It's unlimited.
Yeah, it really is.
is.
Yeah.
So,
Which we've been doing some maintenance issues on the way here. We changed out our towing brake system.
Oh wow,
A little bit,
Not just a
and
little job either.
So, well, not on the road. We didn't change that out. We did
Yeah.
that before leaving,
Oh,
but it
okay.
required adjusting the connections and the wiring between the Jeep and the truck. And we've had to keep tweaking it a little bit here and there.
Oh,
And
okay.
one of the
Yeah.
hitch pins kind of fell apart and we had to buy a new hitch pin. Well, he discovered this morning when we were putting it back together, the brand new one had the same issue and it dropped out and lost a part to it
Oh,
that
no.
keeps it secure.
Oh,
So we're gonna have to. I don't know
Yeah.
if Ace Hardware will replace it
Yeah.
when you're from a different store that you bought it at a different Ace. We'll find
Yeah, I
out.
think it's because they're independently owned. Home
We can
Depots
always
aren't. You
ask.
can, yeah, we can
Yeah.
ask, but
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But I guess that'd be another pro tip is check your stuff frequently.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Because, you know,
true. Yeah.
you're,
Walk around,
you're
check your
rattling
locks,
and under a lot of pressures with the
check
towing.
your wheel hubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch those to make sure they're not overheating.
Yeah. That's a good tip.
Yeah, we had a
Yep.
frozen
Yeah,
one.
or spindle or the castle nut you put on your tire, you know. You're only supposed to hand tighten it
Yeah.
and then back off a little. Then put your cotter pin. Well, these guys that just installed our new brakes on the fifth wheel over tightened them.
Oh no.
So we drove 400 miles from the service center on our way to
We
California.
were in Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. And pulled in, it was an Army Corps park. And we could smell it, you know, loud squealing. Pulled up, that thing was so hot I couldn't touch it.
Wow.
So the next day, it took them all day to get it off.
It was welded.
It was welded to
Oh
it.
my
the-
goodness.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And this was from a service center that's supposed to know what
Yes.
they're doing.
The owner almost drove 400 miles with the new axle,
Uh-huh.
but the crew that was sent out was finally able to get the wheel off.
Yeah, they got it off. And Lucy walks outside and they're putting it all back together. And the guy is putting the castle nut back on with an impact gun. She freaked out.
Oh my
I started
goodness.
hollering,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?"
Oh
And
man.
the young
Yeah.
kid looked at me like, "What I knew." He didn't,
didn't know?
Just didn't know.
And,
Right.
Oh
That's
my
part of the
goodness.
problem. They send people out, they don't have much experience.
Right.
So anyway, we finally made it back, went all the way back to service center. And
he came in on a Sunday.
on a Saturday or Saturday,
Yeah.
and he replaced all of them.
Oh wow.
Checked
He
every single
redid
one,
all
did
four
everything
Nice.
wheels. He
by
put it-
himself.
and he put a new axle on. And then they found a.
Yeah, the spindle was gone.
Well, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
And
Yes.
he paid our mileage to and from.
Oh, he did.
And he paid the service call.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's
treated
something
us
We
to
were,
do.
well.
we were pretty impressed with that
Yeah.
service center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Not only because of that, just past times we went. So,
yeah. Just happened to catch a bad one and
Yeah,
mess
you
things
know,
up.
and you don't know. You don't
Yeah,
even
that's
know
right.
they're-
Yeah.
And the more you RV, the more you learn.
Yeah.
That's
Don't-
probably been the worst experience.
That and the broken leaf spring
Leaf spring, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, on the same vehicle.
on the same camper, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we got stuck in the mud.
That was overloaded.
Yeah.
Oh, got stuck
I
in
like
the
to do
mud.
mods, and sometimes I overdo it and I put
Yeah.
too much weight.
Yeah.
We got stuck in the mud once
In Missouri.
in the fifth
Uh-huh.
wheel.
Oh.
We were at a Boondockers,
Uh-huh.
and the guy told me, he said, "Yep, when you go out in the morning, make sure you take a wide turn around that phone pole right there because it's kind of soft."
Uh-huh.
Okay. I didn't go wide
I
enough.
forgot.
Oh.
The
yeah.
mud was up to the top of our tire.
All of a sudden, he
just-
just went.
Oh my.
Stop.
I could not
So it
move.
wasn't kind of soft. It was like.
It was
It was
like,
like
quicksand.
pudding.
And I'm
It
like-
was like chocolate pudding. It was
what
just.
happened? And
Goodness.
I just envisioned this big tow truck coming in to get us out, and I started thinking, I wonder if our hydraulic leveling jacks, when we used to level the camper with, will lift us up enough
Uh-huh.
that I can put some wood under it.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Oh, it did.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Him and the property owner.
We had to do
he
it.
came out,
Had to do it 3 times, but we made it.
but they were both covered in mud.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
bet. Yeah.
It was.
That was a
but-
big learning experience there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't remember how much maybe it was a $50 or $100 bill because I felt really bad, and he was out there working like with him 3 or 4 hours to get it
Wow.
unstuck, and so I didn't think he saw me put money in his utility, UTV. And as we were pulling away and waving, he walks up, my window is down, and he tosses the egg. But we've met some wonderful
Really have.
Boondocker Welcome hosts on
Oh, I
the
bet.
road.
Yeah.
And so generous. And
Yeah.
And most of them are just like us.
great people.
You're just
Yeah.
great people, and
Yeah.
want to meet people, and you learn stuff, and cool stuff.
And I want to thank you guys so much for being a host,
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
because
As you are as well.
it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And it's you
me see if-
offer such a beautiful place. Ours isn't so beautiful. Don't know if you looked at our pictures on our hosting site,
Uh-huh.
but
Did I give you one of these last time?
I don't think so.
This is our cards we had made
Okay.
up.
I need to make some up.
On the back, it still has the fifth wheel, the Volano.
Okay.
So we just haven't had new ones done yet. But
Sure.
everything else is the same.
Nice.
but
Okay.
that's our motto: is time's a wasting.
Time's a wasting. I love it. And then the hammock in between the palm trees.
Yeah.
That's great. Good, good.
But you can use that. Tell me when you got that done, email. Phone,
Yeah, I sure will. Yeah, I'll let you know for sure. I hope it's sooner than later, but the rate I'm going, it's
It
No
is-
hurry.
It is
No
when
hurry.
it is
Time's
until
a
it
wasting.
isn't,
Yeah.
and then it is anyway.
yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you guys
You're welcome.
for coming
Well, thank
back
you
and
for
staying, and
asking,
thanks for
yeah.
doing this with us, and we appreciate it. And, I think a lot of people will get some good ideas and some laughs and have some fun with it. So
Yeah,
that's
well,
great.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's our
You're
pleasure.
welcome.